Hey, thanks so much for being here. Welcome or welcome back. This video, it's more of a chat video where I am going to be talking about what I have been using lately. And as you can see, I only have two planners in here, or two systems in here that I want to chat about with you, and hopefully with my thought process and just talking about how I'm using them, I can give you some ideas and also kind of reflect on how I've been working using these two for the past week. So if you're interested, I hope you stick around. So as you can see, my Wonderland 222 is not in the picture. So that means that I decided to put it aside for a little bit and simply focus on these two to make sure that I can actually give myself the true experience of just using this two and see how it works. So far it's going good. It's just been a week, so I might be getting ahead of myself, but I still want to share the process with you. So I have here my common planner. This is a TN standard size, or I guess classic size or standard size. I think it's called the N1 anyway, TN size from Common Planner, and this is the compact version, so meaning that it doesn't have daily pages. It only has I don't even know, it's like 100 and something or something very low, anyways, just a few note pages in the back for extra notes and stuff like that, but it doesn't really have actual daily pages. So and I chose this option because this planner was meant to be my companion, meaning like I only needed like the monthlies and the weeklies and maybe a few notes pages, because it was meant to be to collect the most important information from my Wonderland 222. But then it was kind of falling aside and I wasn't really using it for like pretty much nothing. So I decided to put the Wonderland 222 aside and then just focus on this one only for an entire month. And then after that, I think I will feel more comfortable deciding whether or not it works for me. The other one that I have in here is my Pocket Moleskine notebook, which is one that I just randomly just decided to get, and I am so glad I did. It has been working wonderfully for the past 2 weeks. I say maybe a little bit more than that, but it might be again that I'm getting ahead of myself, but it's just working perfectly. It's just so perfect, and it truly it is what's helping me staying focused during the day and at least getting the most important things done instead of getting kind of tangled between the other sections in my planner and everything else that is happening in my day. Instead, I in here just focus on the main to-dos for that day, and I want to say that it's working super good. So I want to kind of show you this one, but I'm going to go through this one because it might be a little faster. So in here I have my Moleskine pocket notebook, and I'm holding it in a not necessarily a DIY TN's cover, but a cover that I got from Amazon, and I got it to hold 2 Hobonichis last year, or at some point a few months ago. I got it to hold 2 Hobonichis, and it came in a set of different colors and stuff like that, and I really truly like this color, but since I'm not using Hobonichi this year, it was just kind of collecting dust, so I decided to just cut it down and DIY it into a cover for my pocket. And the only reason I did that is because I wanted to hold more things in here. So let me see how I can show you this without showing you personal details. So I have some pictures in here of my family and my loved ones, and then I have my credit cards and I have my IDs and stuff like that, because I have been trying to use this one as my wallet. So everything it's in here, so like I have some cash and I have receipts and stuff like that. But basically what I wanted to do was to hold my notebook in one place and also hold my personal stuff. And it's been just a few days that I've been doing that, so it's still something that I am kind of trying to get used to. I'm not necessarily used to carrying my planner with me out and about, so like to stores, for example. So but yeah, I'm holding here my Pocket Moleskine, and this is just a square grid notebook. It has nothing on it. It's not a monthly or anything like that. It's just a blank notebook. And then I created this insert, just a regular insert with some extra paper that I had from another notebook. And what I'm doing here is just writing little snippets of thoughts and things like that, just random things that I want to just write about. That goes there. And then I have some more Pictures. Yeah, I just have pictures and some money in the back there. So that's the whole reason I did the cover like this, because I wanted to be able to carry with me the notebook, just a few more pages if I wanted to write something, and then my cards and some cash and stuff like that. So I am traveling soon for just a few days, and this is the one that I'm bringing. I'm not even bringing my my common planner. I'm only bringing this one because it's only like a weekend, for example, and I just want to have a place for me to write down thoughts and memories of what we do during the weekends and stuff like that, and then when I come back home I can transfer it to my main planner. And but yeah, this is the one that I've been carrying around with me lately, and it just feels so fun. It's different. I have never carried a planner with me before. I do carry it with me in the car, but it always stays in the car. And lately I've been taking it with me to restaurants and things like that, especially if they're like this rich, vintage looking small town restaurant that I can take my planner there and take pictures to. So so yeah, I've been carrying that with me for that purpose, I guess. And then there comes the common planner. So on the common planner, what I have been doing is, first of all, I did took about 2 days to transfer information from my Wonderland to my common planner, because I wanted to pretend that this was my one and only planner. So I wanted to make sure that all the information was in here. That was the purpose. Anyway, at the beginning when I got it, I wanted it to be a companion. So at the end of 2024, I could just keep this one and then let go of the one that I wanted to do, which is an A5, so it's a bigger planner to keep around. So but anyways, what I did was I just took my time and transfer all the details in here, at least the most important information that I wanted to bring here. And I have been trying to use that lately, like if it was my one and only. So I actually like literally put away my Wonderland 222 and I haven't touched it in a few days. So now that I'm thinking about it, it's just kind of feels, I don't feel guilty, and I don't necessarily miss it either, but I know that there are spreads in there that I wanted to keep up with, so it's kind of like getting to me. But anyways, so here I have a pocket, one of those clear pockets that come with the, actually, well, I can't remember, but I think this one came with the actual cover. This is a retro Moturn cover for TN, just a regular standard size. I think it's just meant for like 2 inserts or something like that. I can't really give you more information on that because I haven't really researched or anything. I will link all the links below in case you're interested in looking at them and considering it. I do enjoy touching and feeling this cover. It just feels so pretty. But anyways, it's called the Retro Moturn Traveler's cover or something like that. I have here some pictures, and then I have 2 inserts in here. I can't show them to you because I have personal details in there, but I do have a monthly booklet from sterlingink, just a monthly here with nothing else, just monthlies. And then I have one of those Hobonichi insert notebooks that I have been carrying with me for the last 3 years. So yeah, so it's just like details and stuff that I want to keep with me throughout the year. So I just keep that in that little tiny notebook because it's just so easy to carry with you and stuck in the back of your planner and just refer back to it. That way you don't have to rewrite it all the time. So anyways, this is my common planner, and as you can see, it just looks a tiny bit different from the last time I showed you. I have added some tabs in here. I took these from my Wonderland 222, and since they are removable, I can just place them wherever I want. So that's why I keep on going back to these every year. So I have here, I've been trying to arrange them neatly. But I keep on using them and moving them around. So let's just go from the front. So I still have the same setup in here with my word that somebody told me how actually it is pronounced, and I think it is Elysian, actually Elysian. So yeah, and there's more details about that. I actually went into a dark hole. I went into a whole, I think I spent like an hour researching this word and what it meant and all the history behind it and the mythology, I guess, behind it. So I will link an article that I read about it below in case you're into that kind of thing. But I'm definitely going to take some time and write about this in my commonplacing notebook because it was just so entertaining and enlightening, and it just gives you a new perspective in life. So that's this is my I guess the very first portion of the planner that I've showed you before. I just added a pocket here from Hobonichi. I'm holding this little ruler thingy that I never actually use. I can never remember that I have that, but it's so small that I just never use it. But I keep on bringing it with me from planner to planner in case I do need it at some point. I have my inbox here, which is some sticky notes, my yearly overview, my vision board, and then the goals page that I still haven't really get to it, so I do have to get to that just to kind of define the milestones that I set for myself and step-by-steps and stuff like that. What I'm trying to do lately is just focus on one at a time, and then that's it. That makes it much more approachable, I guess, and less overwhelming, you know. In the quarter updates or overview or trackers, however you want to call these pages, a lot of people call them differently. I thought they were trackers, but they technically quarter overviews, so you got both. You got your trackers and your quarter overview at the same time. It's just different from the one that I wanted to do, or the one that the kind of spreads that I've been using before, so it's a little complicated for me to kind of wrap my head around, but it's basically the same thing. It's just you have your trackers here, and right next to it you have your quarter overview. That's basically what it is. It doesn't have to be together. So what I did in here, I did white out a lot of information that I put in here since the purpose of the planner changed. And what I did, I assigned a column for my milestones and see where I'm at, and then reflecting on each monthlies and see how I feel about it. Did I work on it? Did I not work on it? What worked and what didn't work? What has to change and stuff like that. Then here I have my my trackers, which I started differently. So I'm kind of like ignoring January and just focusing on February, and what I'm doing here is just writing my day. So basically productivity and moving on, instead of trying to track multiple things in one, because again, I want to make the transition a little bit easier on me, and if it works, then I can add more things to it. But yeah, that's that. It's the quarter overviews, and then it takes me to the monthlies, which I did backdate this and just added important information. I didn't do anything else, like too much of it, just important things that I wanted to remember and keep track of. And that's pretty much it. Just grab a few notes and things that I had from my Wonderland to do, put them here. Then same thing for January. In January, I was actually trying to track the things that I was doing on a daily basis in combination with my Wonderland to do, and that became a little bit overwhelming. Just kind of duplicating the information on both was just too much of work, I guess. So what I did was I made sure that I had all the important things in here, and just kind of backdated anything that I needed to, or that I felt like I needed to refer back at some point, like doctor appointments and things like that. And in here I am combining both the work and social media and home life, I guess, or personal. And in here, this is the current month, and in here I'm doing the same, pretty much the same thing. That's in here is just that I don't know what's different, I guess. Oh yeah, and here I am using color coding. So I coded or color coded the different areas that I wanted to focus on. So the yellow one are more in urgent things that I want to ensure that are done. Blue things are anything that has to do with more work and stuff like that. Pink color is more personal. Gray is anything else that I still have to get done, and at some point during the month is just here. And then green is anything that has to do with money. So that's the coding there. And I did pre-planned or forward plan, I guess, little things that I think are gonna happen. Even if I write them in pen, I can still write them out and redo it. So but I did plan them out because I wanted to have a good idea on where I was going, I guess, and what was coming. And I did the same thing here for I guess the plan is to do the same thing for March. And yeah, so that's the monthlies. And then it takes me to the weeklies. So the weeklies did not start it that strong, again, because again, I was trying to duplicate information between two planners or in two planners at the same time. So it was a little bit more overwhelming than what I wanted, but I still tried. So in this week, I just came over here at the end of the day or something like that at the end of the week, and try to update with the most important things that I wanted to keep track of at some point, or refer back at some point. Same thing here, but as you can see, I kind of was falling off on this Sunday. And same thing happened here. And here I did came back. I remember that I came back a few days in the next week and updated the rest. And in here, as you can see, it was just I was just done with it. So I did update it the first 2 or 3 days or something like that, and then decided that I had to make a decision. I was going to either update it at the end of the week or at the end of the month, or get rid of it completely. So this past 2 weeks, as you can see, are very empty, sort of, in the sense of there's not much. I mean, there are some things planned in here. This was me kind of back planning to complete the week. But yeah, this past 2 weeks were like, okay, I was feeling like I needed to do something more meaningful for this planner. And that's when I came into this spread, which has been extremely, extremely helpful this week. And I guess the whole point of this video is to get into this spread, because again, I feel like I have a good handle on it. It reminds me a lot of the Hope in 2 weeks anyways, so I was kind of used to that planner anyway. So the fact that I am in a similar one, I think that's what makes it feel a little bit more familiar in that it works. But anyways, I still want to kind of go through it with you and see how it goes. I'm still planning on staying on this planner for an entire month. And then after that, I can tell you for sure if I can do my main planning on here, or if I need to go back to my A5 setup. So in here, what I did, like if you've been here for a while, you've seen this spread before, where I have my priorities on the left. So I divide the page on the left here, since we do have the dates in here. I do use that as a guide for the to-dos for the week. So I just write down the priorities or the focus for the day. So I do my focus or my priorities, and then I divide the next section for my tracking. And I do switch these every week. So some weeks I'm focusing on tracking my water intake. Some other weeks I'm focusing on tracking my workouts and stuff like that. So it depends on what I'm tracking that week. So that's what I add in here. So the point is to make it a habit. So once it is a habit, I switch it to something else. So I have a few things in here, and I also have some things that are related to house adulting, I guess, or family things, but I just kind of try to combine everything in one place so I can see it together. And then I have other things that are more personal, like sleep, mood, energy, workouts, and productivity. This is just for me as a visual to see where I'm at. And then this is a spread that I truly tried this week for real. I have tried it this last year, I believe, or the year before, but I think I was not like into it, because I believe I had like other to-dos and stuff like that throughout the week, and it kind of took away from the purpose of this. So in this case, what I did was make sure that the priorities were in here, but not in detail. So for example, I have to print documents, but what kind of documents do I have to print? So I went over here and I listed those, more specifics about those documents, and when the goal of this spread in here is for me to track when I actually did the thing. So on Tuesday, it says here that I did responded to an important email that I had to do, and I did that on Tuesday. This spread right here, I think this portion of it is has been the most helpful to me this week, because I could just list down anything that I can think of that I have to get done this week, and then I can just check it off when I go. And I actually took from here, and I did something similar here on my dailies, which I think I'm going to copy moving forward at some other point. But this week I had 3 days that I just have to cramp in a small space, or decided to. I didn't have to, but I decided to do it because I decided to do a different spread moving forward to the next pages. But I wanted to cramp 3 days in one area. So what I did was I listed things that I needed to do and that could be done within those 3 days. And then I had the days of the week, and the point is that I will come over here, or the goal is to come over here and just update them, at least hopefully within the next 3 days. So yeah, so I took from this approach, and yeah, I just want to say that it just works. It works. I think I'm gonna go with this ink included in my upcoming setups. I am planning on doing more playing with me's. Hopefully that's something that you're interested in, you stick around for it. But yeah, I just needed to share this spread because it, again, this week has been one of those weeks where you have a lot of things to do, and the fact that I have written down a lot of those things beforehand is what's keeping me catching up with everything, or up to date, I guess, with everything that I need to do. So in here, what I did again is I think this is called the Alistair method, where you just write the item and then just the day of the week and mark it when it's done. And yeah, so that's what I did there. And then I have here at the bottom just notes and things like that, and I included meals because I wanted to refer it, I wanted to kind of keep track of it in some way, and I didn't have any more space, so I just write it in there. So that's something that I do have to plan a little bit better for the next spread. But so far, the actual approach to it is working. The setup itself, it's going to change from week to week because I do like to change the setup and the approach and how it looks, so it can feel like attractive and stuff like that. But yeah, so far this spread is working. And if I am honest, I've been here for this week, and I do not miss my other planners, so we'll see. That can still change next week, so we'll see. But the point is that in here, I'm kind of making myself stay in this one for an entire month, so I should have a good idea when the time comes to decide whether or not I move out of it and let it go, or what do I do with the other planners that I have. So these are the weeklies, and then we get to the note sections. And since I don't have a day, a page per day, what I decided to do was to add sections that are important to me, but deciding where to place them was a little bit challenge. So what I did was to start from the back. So here's the back of the planner. I do have my measurements and my pen testing in the very back page there, and then these 2 pages I'm going to be using them for my finances. So just kind of ticking off the bills when they are drafted from our account, just to kind of make sure that everything is good and up to date. And then this section is going to be for homeschool notes, like what programs or books or things we are using for each month. So I do have to come up with a layout for that. And then we have the extra note pages, and then here when it starts, I left this page on purpose just blank. I'm not sure what to add in here just yet. I just don't want to add a lot of information like right after the index in the flip cover here, so I don't know what to add, maybe a word or a picture or something. And then this page, I think I'm going to start adding just notes, random notes or thoughts or intentions for this planner, something more reflection like sort of. And then here I have an overview for content planning for 4 months in advance. So what I did was just to add the days of the month and the date that it falls into. So March starts on a Friday, so I started with that. And then the idea is to start planning what videos I want to release or what topics I want to talk about in this month, and stuff like that. So maybe this information is going to be blurry because I don't want to spoil anything, or in case I change my mind and stuff like that. But yeah, that's that. These are empty. Again, there's not a page per day. So if I do decide to use this May planner, I think that will be one of the things, because I don't have a page per day to just add thoughts and pictures and stuff like that. But to do that, I can just grab another memory keeping planner. I have been considering to get a Hobonichi Cousin again because I miss it so much, but I do want to allow myself to be in this one first, and then go from there. But yeah, I think that I'm gonna leave it here because I have nothing else to show you. I did wanted to show you my system moving forward for the rest of the month, how I set it up, the things that I moved into this planner to make it my one and only for the month, and the setup sort of that I'm carrying with me out and about. It's kind of funny. I guess I kind of feel silly bringing this one in the restaurants and stuff, but at the same time, it just feels different, and I don't know. I'm just going with the flow. And the idea is that when we go to Japan for a month, I am thinking I'm gonna bring both with me in my purse and my carry-on, not my carry-on, but my everyday tote, and then see if in different settings I can take pictures of both in different places. That should be fun. So anyways, I hope that this video in some way helps you, gives you inspiration and some ideas, and yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know what you want to see, if there's anything that I left out that you still want to kind of chat about. If you have any other topic recommendations and stuff like that you'd like me to address on my channel, I would also like to chat about that. And until then, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.